guys, so hopefully you are now following me, yay. And I mentioned in my first video that I wanted to do some series maybe about some things, and now my first series I'm going to start with in this one is my teeth. Ta-da! I'll start right at the beginning. So growing up we didn't really have too many rules about you must brush your teeth and stuff. And we didn't really eat too many sweets either, so it wasn't really such a big problem in our younger years. When my adult teeth started coming through, I had, if you remember these old tyre swings with the chains, I was playing bumper cars on them and I got hit in the mouth with the chain, and as you can see, my front teeth are quite crooked, and that on there I lost half of the tooth. And as a child you don't really think too much of it, and then I started eating a lot more sweets and brushed my teeth very well, and I had to have a lot of fillings, silver fillings. And then I didn't really like the dentist because the injections didn't really work, so I was constantly having to have these fillings and teeth taken out on like really minimal pain relief. You know, it was very numb and it was really painful, so I got put off going to a dentist for a very long time, until I was about, I periodically went, like once every 3 or 4 years, just to top up on the new cavities that I was getting. And then I found this dentist by accident because my wisdom teeth were starting to come through. All 4 of my wisdom teeth were coming through at the same time, and they were really, really badly infected, and I was practically lockjawed. I couldn't move my jaw. It was swollen out here, and so I went to the dentist. I found this dentist by chance, went to the dentist, he gave me antibiotics, and he said, you really need to have those out. And I said, can I have them out under anaesthetic? And he said, yeah. So he referred me to the hospital to have them out, and actually that wasn't so bad. So I started the process off about 8 years ago, that I would replace all of my silver fillings for white ones, because my ultimate goal is to straighten these little pearly whites, not so pearly white. And I thought, start at the beginning, replace all the silver ones with white ones, and fill in any new cavities. And this dentist that I'd found that had done my wisdom teeth, awesome dentist, had found a way of injecting me and numbing me and it working. So I can't be numbed directly into my jaw, directly into my gum, because it doesn't work, especially the top. So he has to inject me into the crack of my mouth, which is directly into the nerve. And I kind of got not addicted to it, but I was constantly going back every 2 or 3 months to have my fillings. I had a lot of fillings, by the way, 15, 16 fillings. And then I spoke to him about having braces, and he told me how much it was going to cost, and at the time I couldn't really afford it. It was between £2,000 and £3,000, and I'd already spent a lot of money replacing my silver fillings for white fillings. So I thought I'd put it off a few years. And then last year I thought I'll reapproach the subject with him, because they were starting, this tooth here was becoming really painful, not in the gum. You'll notice that I'm missing a bit of gum. Don't ever stick a pen in your mouth, because I had a pen in my mouth like this with my elbow on the table, and my elbow slipped and the pen went and took half my gum with it. It hasn't grown back. So kids, be warned. Don't chew pens. And I reapproached the subject with the dentist and said, can you try and fix these? Because this one here is wearing down and it hurts, and this one here is pushing out and it hurts. And I was like, I really want these 2 fixed. And he said, well, I can't actually fix those 2 without straightening your teeth. I went, okay, let's start that process again. So he took x-rays of my mouth again, just to refresh the front ones, because apparently when you have your teeth straightened, you lose some of your root. And I don't know, you lose a little bit of your root in your teeth. And he remembered that my roots weren't that big to begin with in the front 8 teeth. So he took an x-ray and he goes, oh no, your roots are really tiny, really tiny. They're barely holding themselves in. Don't get hit in the mouth because these ones will fall out. I was like, oh, fantastic. So he said, you're best off waiting until they fall out and then we'll put implants in. Now the problem with doing that is he also mentioned is because they're crooked, there isn't enough gap to put straight teeth in as implants. So they'd have to go in wonky. So I'd be spending a lot of money on implants and then they'd be wonky, the same as what they are now, which I didn't want. And he said, well, I can refer you to another dentist I live on the South Coast, so it's about 40 miles away. I went, okay, refer me. And that's who I went to see on Friday. And I'd already spoken to my husband about what I possibly wanted to do with my teeth. And I felt like I wanted to get them straightened, and then, because I'm going to lose them anyway, I'm going to lose all 8 of my teeth sooner rather than later. I mean, they are not going to last until I'm an old person. I think I'm going to lose my bottom 2 within the next 5 to 10 years. So I thought, well, let's get them straightened, and then it'd be a good place to start and build on. Good foundations, like anything in life, you've got to have good foundations and then start from there. So I went and saw the specialist on Friday. It cost me a lot of money. He took an MRI of my face, and he pretty much agreed with what I'd already said. Said I should have been a dentist. It's like, no, it's just common sense, dude. It's not common sense. That I should straighten my teeth. If worst case scenarios and they fall out whilst I'm straightening them over the next year or so, then what you could do is just chop the root off, and then I'd still have a tooth there. Now, if I'd wait until the tooth fell out and then straighten them, I could go a year to 2 years without any teeth in the front. I don't really want to do that. I mean, they're not the best, but I'd rather not be gummy, especially my front ones. He's sent a report to my dentist down here, because the dentist down here is much cheaper to do the braces than the specialist. And hopefully, if I can afford it, it really does depend on what hubby does. My husband's a contractor, and so his contract ends soon. And I really, really hate spending money when his contract is close to coming up to the end. But I really need to get these teeth straightened. So this next series for my teeth will be hopefully the process of me straightening them and not losing them. But if I do lose them, then implants. Yeah, so hopefully that process will help people deciding what they should do. Don't leave it until your teeth fall out. Look after them, people. Look after them. If you like this video, that'd be great. And please do subscribe. Thank you.